Okay, welcome back to Western Mike. Good morning. Welcome to YouTube. Today's topic, you could forget to drink. Also, another topic, narcissists can't keep their opinions to themselves. Uh, so, another perhaps anti-alcohol, anti-Karen round incoming this weekend. So, news, not much news this weekend, not much news this week. Uh, there is concern that Israel and Iran perhaps violated their ceasefire. So, Israel and Iran may have perhaps violated their ceasefire and could still be in a state of war. Uh, this only so long after there was a ceasefire. In other news, not that much news. If you can believe it, there weren't any BART shutdowns in the Bay Area. There weren't too many crazy things going on in the Bay Area uh, earlier this week. It was surprisingly calm in the Bay Area earlier this week. What's the catch here? So, no, yeah, if you're living in the Bay Area like me, you're probably trying to time when everything here is going to make sense. You're probably wondering when a week or weekend are going to make sense. You're not going to want to keep on hearing about all these holdups or drama. And it can cause you not to want to really drink alcohol in many ways. Living in the Bay Area, alcohol has been honestly I'm a mixed bag. One day might be all about the drink, and then the next day might be all not feeling it. So, to me, alcohol is something that should be fun, and a lot of these things are things that should be fun. They shouldn't involve a lot of bureaucratic, just nonsense. If you're going to do something, it should be fun. If it's about having fun, then it should be fun. There shouldn't be any bureaucracy. There shouldn't be any red tape. Seems like everything is getting red taped now. Um, HOA keeps sending emails. Have asked them before, guys, can you? I appreciate it, but chill with the emails. Seems that now, basically, pretty much every Friday, there's an email from HOA. Before it was crickets, and now you're getting pummeled by HOA emails. You're getting blasted by HOA emails. That's yeah. You can tell what my reaction to that probably is likely going to be. The town seems to be in pretty good shape, minus the ongoing need for you know businesses to have to undergo all this construction. We did have an old lady crash her car into the town's only dive bar. And already everybody was dealing with red tape everywhere. So you could imagine the impact of that event. No, yeah, it's been tough. It's been tough to be away from everybody. Was already kind of going out less, and then the fact that this happens further exacerbates that in the Bay Area, the nature of the Bay Area, you could you could be forced to go out less here a lot of the time, or you could be forced to do things here that you don't want to do a lot of the time. That this is why you may even forget to drink alcohol. Is because you're constantly in the Bay Area in a state of emergency. So it can be really tough to even think about drinking in a time in these parts. If you're not, that is, if you're not somebody who hasn't fallen to the excessive version of it already. And then Progressive Discussion says, "Good morning. Good morning, James. Welcome to the show. I haven't seen you in a minute. Welcome back." But yeah, I wasn't telling you that was live, so we'll tell you. I will tell you when the show is live, and feel free to join. And thanks for joining this morning. We'll try to make your show and really like your show. Saturday, Sunday, there seemed to be a change. Not sure what was going on there, but hopefully you're still doing those cool Saturday night shows that so that you can have your your weekly casserole while listening to the live and really cool. No, yeah, well, welcome back to the show, James. That guy's cool. He's not some beta male. Progressive Discussions is a cool guy. My friends aren't beta males. So drinking, you can drink, but just remember the nature of living in the Bay Area. You could forget. No, yeah, I thought that the Bay Area was going to be a bunch of cool college grads and hip soccer moms. Not situation where it seems like, yeah, we all breathe the same air, but nobody really wants to even breathe the air. So, yeah, the Bay Area, I'm already a very forgetful person myself, so I'm kind of picturing a scenario where in the Bay Area it's Friday, but again, Friday is kind of being more of the less of Happy Friday and perhaps more the gift that keeps on giving. And because of that, had plans to drink a little bit of alcohol, but then, silly me, just forgot this one task, forgot this one simple task. No, yeah, I didn't mean to say moms in a weird way. By the way, chicks. Yeah, you could certainly forget to have fun here. You could forget to drink alcohol on the weekend, and you could forget to have fun here, just because you're constantly dealing with red tape and just all this drama. Just the Bay Area is a headache. It's aren't I right? It's such a headache that even trying to remember stuff alone can be a hassle. And it may be a Saturday morning and you realized that you forgot your weekly party last night. Just No, yeah, I'm a single guy, and I still sometimes forget a lot of things, and it's all too possible with the constant drama and traffic getting held up unnecessarily here in the Bay Area. That alcohol could totally slip my mind. You'd think that is the forefront of my mind, but because you're just constantly in emergencies in the Bay Area, just it is all too easy for you to forget to have fun. We're living in a situation where there used to be all fun. Even work used to be, you know, people would discuss things like work as if it were fun. Now we're living in a time where nobody's having any fun. Fun in the Northern California is on life support. The Democrats, they would be really good to try to, you know, jettison or try to rendezvous this situation and say, hey, look, we apologize. We apologize for the constant red tape to the point where after a bunch of crickets, now your house is getting red taped. Even your living situation is getting red taped. So you can't even leave without getting red taped. We apologize. Now the Democrats are coming up with fun zones and stuff like that. Uh, but here's the thing: when the economy gets too demanding, there's not a whole lot of free time. When the economy, when bureaucracy get way too much and way too demanding, you're not focused on where is a fun zone to put, a bunch of shit back into the economy. You're focused more on, gee, uh, is this living situation even still going to be here? Not to sound pessimistic, but uh, the Bay Area is pretty anti-fun. The Bay Area is pretty anti-fun. All of these breweries have shut down. You see crazy people on every block, sometimes multiples on the same block. So you could deal with that. Even here in the suburbs, even here in Marin County, you could deal with that. Homelessness seems to be perhaps on the rise in Marin County. Saw the last couple of days riding my bus. Riding my bus is passed by, the Mill Valley bus stop, and it seemed as if a homeless person had taken up shop there. So no, yeah, it seems like there's a homeless uh, mini shelter, mini partition at one of the bus stops in Marin. Um, yeah, and Southern Marin is not really. Southern Marin isn't particularly not privy to homelessness. Homelessness can be an issue even here in southern Marin County. Not sure what all this class talk is down here in southern Marin County. We still have some of the same issues that can occur in San Francisco. San Francisco can have some homeless. We have some homeless. San Francisco can have some feminists. We have some feminists. So, San Francisco certainly can be a weird city. It just San Francisco is just dealing with too many problems. Too many problems. So yeah, forgive me if you might not see me. Forgive me if you might not get to talk to me. It's nothing you did. It's something that somebody else did. So yeah, maybe that's why I'm seeing so many people drinking at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, to the point where, you see a beer bottle getting flung around the bus, like it's a dang tennis ball, is maybe because people are trying to multitask. Perhaps people are doing a multitask attempt, and they're trying to get that out of the way, so that they can say that, hey, at least I did it. This weekend is gonna suck, but at least I did it. At least I got it out of the way. If you're going to create fun zones, you should incentivize the going to the fun zones. Don't just create all these fun zones, but then not do anything. Why would you say zone fun, but then not, but then make it next to impossible for anybody living even anywhere near the area to go? Electrical panel replacement mandates. Red tape slowing down the construction of the town. Traffic getting held up unnecessarily every other day. No, yeah, maybe a lot of what these zones could be are fun zones, but a lot of these zones could also be perhaps getting getting you to realize that there are fun zones. So, no, yeah, if you keep bothering people, if you keep telling other people that they have to deal with this, have to deal with that, and then wondering why there's all this drama, uh, people in the Bay Area definitely are not going to know what fun is. That seems to be the vibe a lot of the time. A lot of the time, you can't leave the house without having to deal with this vibe somehow, some way. It's an off vibe. It's a not particularly unsafe, but not safe either kind of vibe. And it's just, whoa. Even with work, I'm trying to have fun. And it seems like everybody is talking about a good time, but they're not really doing a lot to really try to uh, get that to happen. Um, well, there's the, Pride Parade, and that was going on yesterday. Had to divert the bus yesterday, so went down, think, Larkin Street instead of the rest of Grove Street. So we got rerouted because of the parade. Um, didn't really see anybody around. I can't blame you. You're getting pummeled with bureaucracy and street harassment, just retarded street harassment everywhere you go. I'm not surprised that you're not really showing up to all these events. Uh, I'm not surprised that I don't really see you having that much fun. I'm sorry that you're not having that much fun. No, yeah, if you're gonna be spending this much in California, if you're going to be having to constantly check in with HOA too about stuff, like it's compliance or something, well then yeah, you probably should, you probably should be not only potentially made aware of all the fun things you could do, but you should definitely be incentivized. You should be incentivized, like, hey, come on down here. You used to receive emails about that all the time, like, hey, we're open, come do this. Hey, we're having this event, come do this with us. No, you used to receive notifications like that. What happened to that? Let's do those notifications. Let's tell people, even if they don't live in the area. Um, no, yeah, Momo's, the restaurant Momo's in SF. They emailed me when they would have all these events, and they would email me, and they would say, "Hey, come on down." Now, may have, in all fairness, may have signed up for those emails, but still received those emails nonetheless. Nonetheless. So, no, yeah, it's definitely not a good situation in California when you're having to deal with so many people bothering you. And then people are not even telling you, hey, come do this with us. And you're going to bother everybody. At least invite them to a beer after. If I was bothering people this much, emailing HOA residents more than their boss does, I definitely think I think I definitely owe people a beer or two. I think I'd say, hey, uh, let's forget about this dangerous hostage situation and let's go take a beer over at the bar and try to avoid bars, if you know what I mean. Well, if you change your mind, the offer still stands, okay? Bam! No, no, yeah. If you've seen Inside Man, that's a good movie. Almost watched that movie last night. Not, watched Apollo 13 last night. That movie is the balls. But no, yeah, I did not watch Inside Man because I think watched that movie last week. So, no, yeah. Forgive me. Forgive me. It's my fault. If you do not see me. If you don't see me, it's nothing you did. It's everything. It's not you. It's me. Just the nature of the Bay Area. It makes it very, very tough to even think about having a party. No, yeah, you don't. Not many parties around here. Maybe that's why there's a lot of toxic positivity, a lot of positivity going on, and just kind of fake masculinity going on. Is and we're going to get into that a little bit later on, because those retards they be getting on my nerves. But the reason for a lot of that is quite simply people talk of fun, but they don't walk the walk. They don't at least send an email the way Momos and SF might send an email, even if you signed up for them. Still receiving emails about, hey, come do this, hey, come do that. I even saw a video last night. This bodybuilder, guys, you got to understand, it's in their culture. I'm kind of one myself, kind of barely. So I can do it myself, kind of barely. But bodybuilders will always have a bit of that kind of intense edge about them. And there was this video. Didn't really like the videos that much, but he was kind of chanting about the food that he received, and everybody over at the food truck, not the staff, I guess, but more other customers were all quiet. Dang, yeah, kind of getting annoyed with him a little bit. I understand, but it's just the dude's a bodybuilder, and you know his reaction was a little over the top, but at least somebody has some energy. At least bodybuilders have some energy. At least they have some, motivation. Yeah, at least they're not acting like a zombie. Other day was had to walk past some weird dude in a robe. Some weird man in a robe. All these people, all these people keep stomping past my building. They keep stomping down the street. They keep seeing the same people again and again, and they keep stomping down the street. They act like they're going to kill somebody. They keep stomping down the street. These people cannot possibly be having fun right now. Just stomping past the same people again and again down the street, kind of walking like this, kind of getting in your face a little bit while they're walking, looking like they're going to rob a freaking pirate ship or something like that, just looking like they want to ransack this. Oh, well, that's okay. You ransacked and solicited my town, and then while we're all trying to make our first mill and cover for you. Oh, but we're the stuck-up person who owes you. It doesn't pass the smell test. We need to streamline this. We can't have a scenario where the only people with a heartbeat are tourists who won't shut up. We need, especially if we're going to use alcohol. If alcohol is going to be what saves San Francisco, well, reopen all the breweries, A, number one, if you can do it. But also, B, number two, incentivize people to come to these places. Don't de-incentivize people by having the same weirdos, stomp past them like they want to kill them every 5 minutes. Maybe do that, huh? Or maybe you don't have people be so loaded with red tape that whenever they go out places, they just start nagging people to death. How many times? If you could give me a nickel for the amount of times that, some yo-yo was nagging me about some shit, I would be the king of Nickel Mountain. Even citizens here have a bit of a bureaucratic streak. We can't have a situation in California where even citizens have a bureaucratic streak. That's a nightmare. You don't want to live in a scenario where instead of remember to have a little bit of fun, you're constantly having to tell party poopers while they're also telling you to try to have more fun for the sake of the economy. That hey, it's none of your business. Chill. Don't tell me what to do. Chill. No, yeah, the amount of times I've had to tell somebody to tell me, to not tell me what to do. It's too damn high. It's too damn high. It's just no, yeah. Fun may be what saves San Francisco. No, yeah, fun should save San Francisco, not all these rules. Not, no, 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 sir. No, sir. Rules should not be what saves San Francisco. It should be what San Francisco has always been pretty good at, even in the face of anti masculinity, even in the face of just bogging people down with unnecessary holdups. Fun. This is what will bring San Francisco back, not the tyranny of red tape. All right, we're going to get into a bit of an intermission here, and we will be right back. Democrats, you want to win again, you have to take back your cities, and you have to get these cities to replace your tyranny of red tape with your tyranny of fun. Try to do that. Try to do that. Okay, part two. So, narcissists can't keep their opinion to themselves. This is probably the biggest challenge I've seen with narcissists. They can't keep their opinion to themselves. Opinionated. Giving off unrequested opinions, unsolicited opinions, unsolicited advice. How many times have you been annoyed, especially in the Bay Area, when some yo-yo just runs up on you with their opinion about the president, about you, about something. Uh, you're all just, is isn't it possible to make it a day without hearing some social justice warrior asshole's opinion? Aren't I right? Uh, no, yeah, dealing with quite a few people again this week, acting as though everybody requested their opinion, and kind of in the midst of all this, nonsense. Just then you're having to deal with other people's opinion. That's disgusting. After dealing with so much bureaucracy, I then have to deal with your opinion. That's disgusting. That's bullshit. Um, if I'm gonna have to deal with your opinion about me after already having to deal with all this bureaucracy that narrowly survived, the narrow survivors of the bureaucracy are now under attack from uneducated opinions. No, yeah, would say, hell no, we're not friends. In that case, hell no, you're not my friend. You're trying to bog me down, and you're trying to opinionize me. You're trying to uh, you're trying to antagonize me. You're gonna antagonize me after dealing with all this red tape. You're gonna antagonize me. Hell no, you're not my friend. And it doesn't work like that. Just like with the whole, the Democrats should be about how can the blue zones be fun zones now, instead of, no, yeah, you're trying to call it a blue zone, but then you infuse all this red tape in there. And then you wonder why that blue zone flips to the Republicans forever, and you just lost even more votes unnecessarily. Was headed from an appointment the other day. Not going to get into the gist of it. Classified. No, yeah, it's classified data. But what can say is was headed back from an appointment on Thursday and got surrounded by a bunch of angry seeming old white people. Kept asking me where my building led. It's a downtown building. I don't know. The economy. Uh, they may not have been trying to, you know, barge in or anything like that, but they certainly were giving off the fact that they kept surrounding the door that walked out of, even after telling them it's none of your business. Stop. They kept surrounding the door. They kept waving at me, and I'm thinking, okay, this is clearly a hostile situation. Um, Mind you, you are in downtown San Francisco. You are in a place where everybody can see what you're doing. Everybody can see what you're doing. No, yeah, don't think for 1 second because people are always bothering you with bureaucracy now, or you're always in a traffic jam. That means that you get to just come and be a dancing monkey in the town. You come to this town, and you have to act like you deserve to be part of this town. The people who are a part of this town, they're working on themselves. They're loyal people. People. Um, they're not out hassling people. That's just not what they do. No, yeah, you're the type who likes to cause trouble. Just stay out of my neighborhood. And for all I know, you might be a bureaucrat who's just trying to ruin everybody's day. So yeah, that happened. Also earlier in the week, there seemed to be something on my bus after work again. Once again, dealing with clowns, treating my commuter bus as if it were a tour bus. And here's my take on my interaction here, and it's probably you probably share the same sentiment, but here's my take on these tourists and the way and the kind of, yeah, I would agree with other YouTubers, kind of high and mighty way that they kind of go about uh, these supposed social situations. It's just, uh, here's my take on it. Uh, what about when why do you have to monopolize every conversation? No, yeah, well, why do you have to monopolize everybody's business? Marin County, don't you lecture me about manners. What about when you're constantly monopolizing everybody who merely passes by you and their business? Don't you lecture me about manners. No, no, yeah, you can. You can act like the center of attention on the bus. Also, this kind of weirdo yesterday at Trader Joe's in Green Bay was checking out my groceries and looked over, and this gym guy was also checking out groceries, and he just had to do it. Just the phony smile, made a phony ass smile at me. Kind of looked at him like, dude, are you on drugs or something? Why do I keep having this same awkward, unnecessary, superfluous, if you will, superfluous, you know, interaction with you in line at the grocery. It's just go back to situations with you downtown. You can't even handle the grocery store. Um, yeah. So apparently, yeah, another weirdo uh, also getting their groceries checked out at the same time as me was making a phony ass smile in my direction. Then, as soon as was about to say anything at all, didn't really say anything, of course, but as soon as said anything at all, pretty much, this guy just looked away. You're wasting my time and you're getting on my nerves. No, yeah, you don't talk like this to people. You don't have to smile at other men. You also don't have to give off phony ass plastered smiles and then hang your head and look away and da 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 da. Yeah, you don't have to do that da 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 shit with me. You can just be somebody who likes to acknowledge people around you. You can nod at people. You can wave at somebody in a non-confrontational, non-dick way. You can wave at somebody in a non-dick way. Perhaps that'd be great. What's annoying about strangers in the Bay Area is, yeah, they give off constant narcissistic vibes, Narcissus River Styx vibes. You can't even be around these people. They turn the commuter bus into a tour bus because they will not stop chattering. A bunch of chatty Cathys, even people they don't even know, and just being a totally chatty Cathy. Like, dude, we're not living in a situation that's really kind of welcoming to that kind of talk. Um, no, yeah, that always boggles my mind. The situation in the Bay Area, but then you're dealing with chatty Cathys constantly on the bus, as if it's, what my mom used to say about situations like that. One flew over the cuckoo's nest, kind of that kind of scenario. So I don't know why people keep acting like a chatty Cathy on the bus or kind of smirking at other people in the grocery store. You guys remember that one incident? Dealt with some annoying soccer dad over at Woodlands in Kentfield, and as soon as I walked in, he was walking past me. I wasn't even gonna crash into this guy or nothing, but this guy started shouting "whoa" at me, and I'm like, "No, you whoa." You, whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, everybody's breathing the same air here. We don't need a papers, please situation every time we pass by you. We don't. And I'm the stuck-up person who owes you attention. Get out. Get out. I can't really. Get out. That's my take on it. That's my take on it. No, yeah, dealing with retards is never fun. That's just simply not fun. That's not what a fun thing is. No, yeah, a fun thing is that everybody gets back together and has something to do on the weekend, to where they're not telling each other to be quiet. The few times where people are, yeah, it's a context, people doing their own thing, but still, the few times where you see people with other people around here anymore, is that people are telling people to be quiet. Well, some cases might make sense even. Now, downtown Larkspur, the bars are doing a cool thing. They're bringing musicians. One of my favorite bars in downtown Larkspur. They've been having musicians over there lately, so you could go check that out. It's fun. It's a fun thing to do. You could have some high quality wine or champagne once in a while, and you could listen to someone play some rock music for you or something like that. No, that's always fun. That's always fun. I like doing that stuff. That's always glad when doing something like that. Um, but yeah, if you want to be about fun, then be about fun, and don't make it so that every single stranger I deal with is some bureaucratic hillbilly. My gosh, the amount of times now have been on my commuter bus and people treating it like treating it like it's a tour bus, and getting upset with me because I don't want to validate their chatty Cathy. It's ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Why are we constantly having to tell other people either don't tell me what to do or don't butt in on my business? Well, just this has got to be the downfall of the Democratic Party before our eyes. Maybe it's not, the fall of civilization. It could perhaps even just be the fall of my party, of my Democratic Party. I'm a Democrat, but I'm not a liberal. I'm a conservative, and I'll vote for Republicans and even be a Republican unless the Democrats get their act together to where it's not so bad that even after you vote for them because you were asking for their help, that they still screw you over. And yeah, bogging people with red tape after losing an election, that is, and then saying how deposing our nominee was the best thing for the country and save democracy. Your messaging is way off. No, yeah, even people in my life were saying your messaging is just super off. It's super pessimistic. Super pessimistic. It looks like we got comments here. Sorry about that. My phone went dead before. My parakeet had to go to the bathroom. Getting YouTubers said to say stuff like that. Progressive discussions saying his phone went dead. And I'm saying, sounds like you're telling me that your parakeet had to hit the loo. It's okay. Glad for you and parakeet. No, yeah, glad you're back. Welcome back. No, yeah, these blue areas have to stop with their red tape. They want to win again? They gotta stop with their red tape. How about all this fun tape? Hey, you're dealing with PSPS events. No, yeah, you're dealing with failing transit. And then when you're not dealing with that, you're dealing with PSPS events. So, how about you come have a beer with us this weekend? That'd be probably the best incentive thing that probably heard out of the Democratic Party in a long, long time. That could be their new deal. Put off all this green shit and don't worry about it. Get the economy really going back in San Francisco and all these, mismanaged, coastal cities. And could stop with the closures and could start to create a situation where finally Anchor Brewing is reopened and people are maybe even mandated to help the reopening situation. On a Saturday, it would be totally my pleasure after everything that San Francisco has done for me. Um, also my town too, but after everything that San Francisco has done for me, it would be my pleasure to be enlisted in a program to help serve beer and cook up some nice fried food for folk. This isn't stuff that people do all the time, but when they do it, yes, it can be a major, major revenue source. San Francisco, why aren't you mandate all these rules constantly about how to live and stuff like that? When people haven't even left their house yet, already they're getting ordered around constantly. Why don't you just order people around about? I'm talking to San Francisco like it's Larkspur, because in my mind, all of this is San Francisco. Uh, San Francisco, why don't you just, tell people come have fun? Not only are you allowed, you're obligated to come have fun. And then, at least in that case, you're not going to deal with some bureaucratic Karen, ramming themselves down your throat. No, yeah, the bureaucratic Karens will stop when you stop. You stop with the red tape. You stop with the only times anybody will have fun is when everybody's arguing. No, yeah, it's gotten that bad. It's gotten that bad. It's not that bad. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. No, yeah, the Democratic Party is not enforcing fun. They're enforcing further bureaucratic BS, bureaucratic systems. Way too many bureaucratic systems in these blue parts. No, yeah. So that PSPS event that may have finally that may have finally gotten closed out, but no, yeah. These circuit breakers are old, and just these businesses are shutting down or being impacted by piss poor judgment. We maybe the fact alone that we made it out of a pandemic, but some things keep being a problem. Maybe we should all have a block party. Everybody should have a block party, and everybody can just joke about shit and even get a little drunk if they want, or although not too drunk, not too drunk. Don't want to get too drunk. It's the worst. You have to get yourself back home. It sucks. So you don't want to do that. But you can have a beer and you can have a chat over some French fries and stuff like that, and everybody just gets along. Nobody gets all up in other people's grill. Marin County, you're kind of like the Pelican Brief meets the Fifth Element. Marin County, you're kind of like the Fifth Element meets the Pelican Brief. No, yeah, it's bizarre. It's just the whole thing. People wanting to talk to you, and yet you're kind of like, is it a good idea? Is it a good idea? Um, no, yeah, I wanna talk to cool people who want to party with me, not annoying orange in the checkout section. Uh, No, yeah, I don't want to have to remind soccer dads that, hey, I'm doing the same exact thing you're doing. Although perhaps, albeit perhaps with some modifications. Uh, uh, just we have to obligate fun. That should be the new rule. So, no, yeah, when it comes to all those red states, they're getting, uh, you know, they're getting maxed out, and then on top of it, just their lack of rules has now led to severe issues that they're dealing with on their end. We could be celebrating how we at least did enough to avoid certain things, I guess. But while also we're having fun again. We're having fun again. Well, it seems like nobody's having fun again, but this is something that the Democrats could totally hijack. Because no, yeah, let's be about fun. We're out of power. We're the political party that's out of power, and we're talking about anti-masculinity, and you have to be in a traffic jam just because you're commuting back home. Now, be the party of fun. Be the party of no, no, yeah, no, don't go back to the economy. Bring the economy back to you. Bring them out to Mohammed. Say you're incentivized. You're obligated to at least go to one bar or one restaurant or whatever floats your boat every weekend. And we're gonna give you enough free time so that you can do it. We're not gonna pummel you with HOA emails. We're not gonna uh, we're not going to ensure that you spend at least 2 hours on the road every day, even though you live only 20 miles away. We're going to make sure that you even come to different islands and come chill with us. This is the problem with democracy in some ways, is that this is one thing that democracy needs to work on a little bit is yeah, it's your choice, but also you're allowed to help somebody make a choice. Too many times somebody has a choice, and then because they have a choice, they say no. They say no. Or they forget to say yes because they're dealing with all this because they're dealing with all this bullshit. They forget to say yes, or slash it's in their nature to just say no. The Democrats would be wise. The party of Barack Obama, the party of Bill Clinton. It was already the party of FDR. Now it's also the party of Clinton and Obama. Dude, you're out of power. Take advantage of this situation. You harassed everybody about how cool you think you are and about how they have to do all these things so we avert this catastrophe and this catastrophe. How about now you can bother people about getting along and having fun? How about that? Getting along and having fun. It's just none of your Narcissus River sticks bullshit. Come have fun. You are Uncle Sam wants you to come do something fun. Yeah, and just get out of your pessimistic head and come go do something, even if it's free. Just have fun. Have fun. Stop with this pessimistic ass, nagging ass, just non-space giving motherfucking ass bullshit. Just tell people go have some fun. It's just Democrats, you're going to end up being the Republicans again on some things, but it's not going to be about things like when you were about national security. I thought you were the party of national security and protecting democracies. Oh, except for certain institutions, and also you only seem to be about national security when it's a country that you like. How about protecting Israel? Israel is a democracy. Thought you were all about protecting democracy. Is Israel, Israel is not perfect. But Trump is right on this. America is so much better. President Trump is really good at kind of reminding people, like, hey, you too. So no, yeah, President Trump does a good job of reminding other people that nobody is perfect here. So that's something that I like about President Trump. Like that he holds everybody to account. I didn't vote for him either time, but he's doing a good job of holding everybody to account. Like what he said about Israel, like what he said about Iran. Uh, he said about both those things, like that. So yeah, thank you. No, yeah, you gotta be about fun, guys. The Democrats have to be about making the economy be the economy. What's the economy? Having fun, being out. It's simply being away from home, having a good time, and without some weirdo ruining it with their hand wringing and just lack of focus. So. No, yeah, thanks, guys. That's pretty much the show. If anybody in the chat doesn't have any questions, or yeah, you can fuck off and join me on the show the next week. Gonna try to find something fun to do. I'm still going out a little bit less right now, but next week we'll be looking for some fun to do. Would appreciate if people would help me look for some fun to do. We'll be part of those people. I think I'll go be part of that. Yeah, instead of any of this bureaucratic, pessimistic nonsense. That'll be my. So thanks, guys. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts. See you in the next video, and leave a comment, subscribe if you dare, and talk to you next weekend. Later, and out. Get drunk, but not too much.